It can finally happen. But if you're planning a road trip and choose to rent a car, you'll want to be on the lookout for scammers trying to take your money. Bryce Marshall with the Better Business Bureau is here today to give us some tips on how to avoid a rental car con. Bryce, welcome back in studio. We've been doing some of these virtual ones, but it's good to have you back here.
Yeah.
Rental car scams, it's not something you necessarily think of, but criminals are smart, I guess, huh?
Yeah, they're always coming up with different ways. So basically how it works is you'll be looking online for a rental car. You'll see a sponsor link like on Google or even social media or something. You click that link, it has a website, or it has a website that looks like it's the real thing. They have their contact information. You try to call that number and you think you're talking to a rental car agent, but you're really not, and they're asking for a prepaid or a gift card payment. If they're asking for any of those things, you're in for a scam.
Gotcha. So what would your tips be, I guess? Maybe go to the actual website of the company, maybe a Hertz or a reputable company that you know about.
Right, yeah. You actually want to go to the real company's website. If you do see a sponsored link, I mean, you can click on it, but from what I've seen, even on cell phones and everything, whenever you click it, it doesn't actually show that real URL. It'll say a Google ad. Mm-hmm. So whenever you see that, it's just best to just double check on the company's website just to make sure it's the real thing.
And the first thing we see on there is using prepaid debit and gift cards. I mean, this is something that we see in a lot of types of scams. People buy these because you can't get your money back. Is that right?
Yeah, that's basically the whole thing. If they're asking for any kind of prepaid or a gift card, you're not going to get your money back because there's no way to trace it. If you want to actually pay for something online, always use a debit card through your bank or a credit card, because that way you can dispute the charge or more than likely get your money back.
Gotcha. And then look for the contact information on the actual business's website. Is that right?
Yes, that's always the main thing you want to do, because if you're looking through a Google ad or a sponsored link, it might have a phone number, but it may not be the real thing. You don't know until you actually call them, and then you might already be into the scheme and you have no idea until it's too late.
Now, the big thing right now is here in Tulsa, especially too, there was a shortage of rental cars for a little bit with a lot of events. That's kind of a nationwide thing, is that right?
Yes, it is a nationwide thing. Rental cars, they're selling out. There's not a whole bunch of them, so it's making the cost go up, and that's why scammers are trying to take advantage, because they're trying to get as much money as they can too. So just be really careful. Even if you have to borrow another family member's car or something, that's a better route than getting scammed.
Yeah, and I think maybe sometimes people might get desperate, or they may just, see one of these ads and want to do it that way.
Exactly, and they'll also have sometimes special promotions they'll say on these sponsor links, and you'll double check with the actual company's website and it's not a real thing. So that's why it's always best to go to the actual company's website if you can.
Cool. And they can contact you if you've run across a scam, I guess?
Yes, of course. So if you do run across a scam, always report it to bbb.org/scam tracker, or report it to the FTC so we can warn others.
All right, Bryce, great tips. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Me.
All right, thanks.